For today's creature feature, we begin in the barbecue capital of Texas. Welcome to Lockhart. Not my first time in the barbecue capital of Texas, no. Although I've never had barbecue here, but I have tracked down a filming location or two right here in downtown Lockhart. What's Eating Gilbert Grape was the last movie that brought me out here. You're looking at the police station of Endora, Iowa. And welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. I am Tampa J. Oh wow, it smells like barbecue out here. It smells like Texas. I love Texas. And I love running down filming locations in Texas. This will be, I believe, my 6th endeavor tracking down filming locations to a movie that was filmed in the Austin, Texas area, beginning here in Lockhart. Welcome to Harrington, Ohio, a little town from the faculty. Who remembers this movie? Kevin Williamson, screenplay, writer of Scream. Robert Rodriguez, director of Desperado, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, El Mariachi. It was a movie that not everyone loved. Actually, you either like it or you hate it. I really enjoyed it because I was a kid back in the '98 and I had teachers who I believed were alien parasites. The whole faculty were possessed by an alien plague that basically, it was like an invasion of the Body Snatchers meets The Breakfast Club. That's what I think about when I first watched The Faculty, those two movies. So it was a fun movie with an incredible cast for back then. We're talking about Elijah Wood, Josh Hartnett, Usher, who wasn't really an actor at that time. He was an R&B star. Jon Stewart, Selma Hayek, Christopher McDonald, who played Shooter McGavin and Happy Gilmore, and also Robert Patrick playing the football coach brilliantly. I think he did the best job in this entire movie. The T-1000 from Terminator 2. Jordana Brewster, who would go on and play in the Fast and the Furious movies. There's just so much going on in this movie, guys. It was a crazy one, and I thought I'd have a crazy idea and come out here to the Austin area, beginning in Lockhart, and show you these locations. The sun is coming up and we've got a lot of running around the Austin area today. So I hope you enjoy the filming locations to the faculty, and we will begin now. The kids aren't all right. Also, a great soundtrack. We've got The Offspring on this. It's really good. Okay, there's much ahead. Let's do it. And so we begin the first location right here beside the courthouse at the corner of San Antonio in Maine. Check out these beautiful buildings. The El Dorado and this jewelry store. These buildings can actually be seen in the movie. And during this video, I will give you the then and now, what the filming location looked like during the time of the film and what it looks like today. And I have put the screenshot into frame of the roadblock that took place right here in Main Street. Notice the jewelry store to the left specifically. That same sign that says Jewelers, still there. Not much has changed at all. Also, you can make out the El Dorado Hotel to the right, and that's actually Josh Hartnett's left hand there on the steering wheel of his car. They were stopped here, and this was right before they headed to Zeke's house. Zeke, played by Josh Hartnett. A majority of the film was filmed here in Lockhart, but not downtown. This was the only scene that you see of the downtown square. But Harrington High School, specifically the football field scenes and the student parking lot, that was filmed in Lockhart too. And for this next location, we come to Lockhart High School. We've got to go out back though, to the football field. And welcome to Lions Stadium, the football stadium, high school football field, where all the scenes from the faculty were filmed. Hoping to get a little closer. Those grandstands over there to the left are the ones you see the most. The movie actually begins on that football field. You've got The Offspring playing The Kids Aren't All Right, awesome soundtrack again, and then you have Robert Patrick kneeling down and being possessed by the parasite right out there in front of the home bench on the football field. Not in the same spot, but a black sports car, just like Zeke's. I believe he was driving like a Chevy Camaro or a Chevelle, but yeah. My rental car this weekend, just a coincidence, it happens to be black. This is what they gave me, but it was rolling around out here, Zeke's car, and this is where he was doing those scat deals out of the back of his trunk. How he never got caught, I don't know. Everyone knew he was the scat man. Come around the other side of the school, to get closer to Lions Stadium, the backside of the grandstands that you see in the movie. Elijah Wood, Casey, would have been a reversed angle, but he would have been sitting right up there at the top of the bleachers, about in that spot right there, just before he's confronted from coach Robert Patrick. And matching up the screenshots here is when Zeke and the rest of the crew come to the football game near the end of the film. I'm standing in about the same spot. The camera would have been higher up on a crane, but this is where the black car turns into the parking lot. You can make out the grandstands to the left and to the right out there beyond the football field. And the pyrotechnics, the fireworks going off in the center of the field out there. And I was hoping that this wouldn't be so secure. I was hoping to walk right out onto the field and match up a bunch of screenshots for you, show you the specific spots, but it's very hard to get in here. And there are several things we can match up right here in this spot. I've been looking at my screenshots and they filmed a lot right here beyond this parking lot and in between the former school. That's the original portion of the school or the building. This has all been added since the time of the film. But right out here is where the school buses would have been parked at the end and where the team walks out from. And you can actually see this building. It's changed a little bit, but I'll show you. I'll break all that down. But this is where the football team walked out with the coach Robert Patrick at the end of the film. And also where Zeke and Mrs. Burke had that showdown and he wrecked the car. That was all filmed right out here. Right here in this vicinity, I can match up something. Check this out. All right, there's the stadium back there. Here comes Usher and the rest of the football team, the Hornets, walking this way, which would have been right past this building. You can make out the fence behind them in the background, but they would have been in this vicinity walking this way. I'll put the screenshot in the bottom right hand corner. This is a little different than it was. The same building. This is actually the locker rooms for the football team. Their entrance is right there. That's where they get suited before going out onto the field. But here's the screenshot. The buses would have been parked all around us, but definitely the curb and the building to the right, out beyond them, the locker room. Here you go, Robert Patrick and the rest of the football team coming this way. You can also make out the goalpost in the distance in the screenshot behind them, which is behind the bus there today. Mrs. Burke with her elbow on top of Zeke's car, and they're about to have a little showdown. But that was filmed right out here in this area. I'm standing right before the parking lot. You can also make out the grandstands to the right out there, the visitors' bleachers. Robert Patrick right out there in the sprinklers. Remember that scene? That was an eerie, freaky scene. I almost laughed. It was kind of funny. He's just standing in the sprinklers. Casey looks out the window and just sees Robert Patrick, the T-1000, staring into his soul and just getting obliterated by water out there in the middle of the field. That was pretty funny. If you didn't know, or if you haven't seen the movie, the aliens, the parasites, they need an abundant amount of water, so they're always drinking the high quality H2O. All right, so on to the next town. We gotta go a few miles west for the next filming location. And we have been stopped by a train right here in downtown San Marcos. Next filming location, not too far. Actually, my GPS says 1.2 miles away. I think this train's almost finished. And now on foot here on this sidewalk on West Hopkins Street. This is really the main street right through San Marcos. Right behind me, 916 West Hopkins. This house right here, Zeke Tyler's house. I'll put the screenshot in the bottom right hand corner. The first time you see this house, the kids are coming from downtown back in Lockhart, and they're pulling back. Actually, they park right underneath the awning, and behind here, and it was actually filmed inside back there, there's a fence now that you can make out the roof of the garage, Zeke's laboratory. That's where the kids went. Yeah, it's like an extra house back there, like an in-laws quarters, but you can see the barn doors, the slide doors to the right. They're kind of brown now. Also, you can make out kind of the angle of that building from the screenshot. All 6 of the kids were inside that building. That's where they filmed those scenes there. So I'm standing at the end of the drive walk, still on the sidewalk. You can make out this garage, this light post, this house, and that lamp post behind Jordana Brewster in front of her there. across the street, so you can definitely see this house across from Zeke's house in the movie. And a look back at the front porch of Zeke's house as Delilah is getting into the car. You can make out the porch there. There's a tree right in front of the house. It's long gone. Yeah, most of the trees are gone. And right here, coming to the moment, Elijah Wood and Josh Hartnett right here again in front of the house. In front of the front porch. Delilah. I don't know why I said that. Just made me think of that. I want to point out that the weather here this weekend in Texas is absolutely perfect. It reminds me of Florida, but without the humidity, which I'm loving that. And greetings from Austin. Stopped here along 1st Street south of Austin. There's a little tour going on. Look at this. Electric scooter tour. This caught my eye. I just had to stop here. Set it up. Welcome to Austin, my friends. My 3rd time here. Love this city. And just south of downtown, welcome to the Texas School for the Deaf. This is where all of the scenes of the high school, inside and outside, besides the football field and the parking lot, those scenes were all filmed right out here on this campus. And here we are on Newton Street, right on the east side of the campus of the Texas School of the Deaf. Right here behind this fence formerly sat Harrington High, the old school from the faculty. Everything was filmed right over in this area. So right here at this corner across from where the high school used to sit, there was a wreck, an accident, and 2 young ladies get in a fight. It's very cool because you can make out this window and the fence there in the shadows. There in the screenshot right there where the 2 cars intersect, right here at this intersection. I got the shot in frame. I'm trying to recreate it. Check this out. Notice the telephone pole, the 2 cars, and the windows to the right and the fence. And here you are today, right across the street from the former Harrington High School. That's pretty awesome. That picket fence has been added. And here you go, Harrington High, seen many times at night and during the day. This shot specifically shows a fire hydrant down to the left, and then you have the flagpole out beyond the school and the Harrington High Hornets sign. Now here we are. I have put my camera kind of through the fence. Notice this fire hydrant right out here? That is the same fire hydrant you see in the movie right in front of the school. This is the location, the former location of the Texas School of Deaf, the main building, and that is where they filmed all the scenes interiorly and exteriorly for the faculty. Now I'll zoom in a little closer to match things up. Also pay attention to this tree over here, just to show you again where we're at, right here on Newton Street. Okay, so you see this oak tree right here? You can see this oak tree in the movie several times. I've got a screenshot and I've paused it just right as the camera's sweeping over. Casey and his dad, Shooter McGavin, are pulling up out here in the street at the beginning of the scene. But this right here, this tree, check it out. The trunk is very identifiable. I'll put the screenshot into frame. This was right before the former school. And the fire hydrant out beyond it. Okay, look at this. I put this shot into frame. This is Casey's dad's car as he's pulling up. My son is a Harrington High honor student. Notice the Ohio plate. It was parked right here. Again, that tree. Look at that. I'll put the screenshot back in there. Oldsmobile. My dad was an Oldsmobile man. Different movie. And they were parked right here. Before Casey got out, they were having a conversation, and you can make out the windows of the house again. This is the same house where those 2 young ladies had that wreck. Those windows are clearly right there behind Casey. Camera shooting out the glass, or shooting through the car. All right, I'll get closer in a second. The house is in the shadows, but I just want to show you the street here. Again, this is where the car was parked. I'll put this shot into frame. Robert Patrick coming up to Christopher McDonald. What? The T-1000 and Shooter McGavin? That is why this movie was so scary for me right there. That duo right there. I zoomed in a little tighter. But notice the windows and the door. There was a tree right in front of there, 1403. That is the house you see behind Shooter in the T-1000. Right there, those windows match up. There you go. Down in the right-hand corner. In the background. Right here on Newton Street. Oh my gosh, yeah. Wow. They were right here, folks. Shout out to Robert Patrick and Christopher McDonald. Great actors, love them. They're some of my favorites. Right there together in this movie. So the scenes where you see Zeke and the rest of the gang walking along the outside of the school with the brick, and then the picnic tables, the water fountain, the kids in line there to drink the water, the possessed students, possessed by the parasite. All those scenes, I believe, we can't get out there. This is another very secure campus, but that building right there on the back side, and the courtyard with all the trees, you can kind of see the trees on the other side over there. That's where that was filmed. So they filmed most of the high school scenes, again, not the football scenes or the parking lot scenes, right out here on this campus. And now I'm gonna get in my car and travel around the other side of the campus. It's a pretty far walk, it's huge, but I can show you where they filmed the pool scenes, not from the inside, but the outside. So here you go, Harrington High, again right here. More so near the corner of Newton and Gibson if you're looking for it. If you're a fan of the faculty, here you go. First time ever seen on video, by the way. Most of these locations, actually I think this is the first filming locations for the faculty there has been. All right, now on the east side of the school, there's the football field. Oddly enough, there's a football practice underway right now. Now, across the way, specifically this building right here, that is the pool. That is where they film some of the final scenes and all the pool scenes. When you see Robert Patrick standing in front of the pool, that happened right there. And I was able to figure that out because I knew it was filmed here, but those three windows, I'll zoom in a second, those three windows were my biggest clue. Okay, so I'm putting this screenshot into frame. Robert Patrick, and also stand there. Check it out. Specifically the windows, every single window you see, I can see exteriorly now here today from the outside. We're talking about the big three to the left, the ice block glass window in the center, to the left of Robert there, and over to the right, another ice block glass window. Now, use your imagination. Here you go. The pool. Windows to the left, in the center, and to the right. Right inside there, Robert would have been kind of towards the center of the screen. Inside that building, that's where they filmed all the pool scenes. In the beginning and the end. And I want to point out how close we are to downtown Austin right here, and it's so beautiful. What a beautiful city. And a couple more filming locations to go right here in Austin. Actually, we got to head through downtown for the next couple locations. Here we go, there's still much ahead. But wait, a brief pit stop at Whataburger. At the end of yesterday's video, it was In-N-Out. Today, it's Whataburger. Oh, I love these burgers. And also, right next to Whataburger, this place called Sandy's Frozen Custard and Root Beer. Looks amazing. Shout out to my mom. Her name's Sandy. Look at that, Sandy's Hamburgers. Okay. Wow, Whataburger or Sandy's? Oh wow, that's a tough decision. Whataburger! And now back on course. This burger's delicious. Oh man, so good. And for the next location, we come to the north side of downtown Austin, to the Austin Community College, right here on West Street, right across the way. That is the gym, the Harrington High School gym that they used in the movie. That is where the final showdown went down. That's where they went into. See, you would have thought they came across the parking lot from the football field, but no. It came all the way up to Austin. A very identifiable building. You only see it at nighttime though. Here's a screenshot. Not much has changed at all. The doors have been replaced though. They had a unique pattern to the doors, but they filmed inside and outside the gym scene. When you see the kids sitting in the bleachers, and then Stan comes in and they're all kind of just talking, and then the teacher comes in right after them. That all happened right inside here, this old school gym. Kind of reminds me of the Spiceland gym in Knightstown, Indiana, where I grew up, where they filmed a movie called Hoosiers. That's what it reminds me of. 1218 West Avenue, Austin Community College building. But look, up here it says it used to be the Austin High School Gymnasium. You can barely make it out there. There you go, right there. Okay, this is the old Austin High School gym. And here's a screenshot of Josh Hartnett and Elijah Wood coming out the center door. Check it. The light fixtures, the lampposts, still the same. Closed on Saturdays. Oh boy. Man, I came a day too late, but check it out. The doors are open. You can't really see towards the gym. It looks like there's a little breezeway before then, but right behind there, that's where they film the scenes. But right here in the doorway, this is where they're having the conversation. Stan was trying to get in and they were talking through the glass of the former doors that were right here. And he was like, let me in. And then they shoved the scat, the ink pen full of the substance underneath so he can take the test to ultimately prove that he's not an alien, which he fails. He pours it out right here in front of the door. The camera would have been on the other side. But little did we know that the football field was not out here. It was downtown Austin. You can see the skyscrapers right over there. I just peeked through the window, and now that I think of it, there is no more gym in here. These are offices. The gym has been replaced by student services. So there you go, no more gym. The former gym from the faculty. That's the front for sure. And came over to the side to show you the windows. You can see those windows from the inside, the bleachers that they're sitting in. Those were the windows above them. So there you go. I'll put the screenshot down there so you can see. Check out the windows behind them. Those are the windows there. They were on that side of the school. But yeah, they did film inside there in the former gymnasium, now an office. There is a very, very slight chance, now that I'm examining the former Austin High School, they may have used this building for some of the interior scenes for Harrington High. Just a theory. There is not much information. This is the first, I believe, filming locations video for the faculty. I just want to throw that out there. If you know, comment below, but there is a slight chance just because those windows kind of match up with some of the screenshots I have with me. Just want to throw that out there, just in case. You know, could be. Comment below. I would like to know. That would make my day if someone said, hey, Tampa J, yeah, they actually did, or they didn't. Okay, so there you go. And for the next filming location, we come to Hyde Park. Hey, we have a Hyde Park back in Tampa. Actually, Chris the Girl was out there today for a garden festival. Okay. And welcome to Casey's house, 4211 Avenue F, right here in this central Austin neighborhood. Still painted the exact same color as we saw in the movie. Casey's room, second floor, top left window. That's the window that Elijah Wood climbed out of, right there. Just before he realized that the faculty was standing right here in the street next to the tree. He fell into the former bushes right there, and his father, Mr. Connor, came out. Faculty disappeared. They disappeared into thin air. So that actually happened all right here, and I believe they did actually film inside the house. So wow, has not changed. This is the same tree too. This has been here for 25 years. There's the screenshot. Check it out. Actually, the camera was pointed more up this way. Let me hone it in for you. There you go, then and now. The former picket fence ran along the front here, along the sidewalk. There is some of it over here to the left. That picket fence, it's gone. And there's spooky googly eyes in Casey's window right there looking at us. Look at that, very haunting. But there's the window, the left window is where this went down. That was Casey's room. Elijah Wood. Little Frodo. Another window right there. Before, a couple years later, that's what he was doing. He was down in New Zealand. And there you go, as he's lifting up the window. I'm recreating the shot. Here you go. Right there. So cool. Shooter McGavin. Casey's dad right there on the porch too, right at the end of the scene. And Robert Patrick was standing right here. Notice the brick. Mother Nature has taken a toll on it, but right here between the brick and the tree is where the faculty was standing, looking back up that way. Ooh, right here. So I'm standing right where this picket fence used to be. I've got my backside up nearest the back part of the sidewalk. Here's the tree and the walkway. That's where they were standing. The faculty member all the way to the right, that's the actor who played the Colonel on Malcolm in the Middle. Remember that guy? Yeah, during that time, Malcolm in the Middle was going on. So that was a big show when I was a kid. I love that show. I used to watch that with my parents. And I'm realizing that porch swing that's hanging to the left of the door, well, that has always been here, and it's still here. Look at that. This screenshot, Christopher McDonald, Elijah Wood, Shooter McGavin, and Frodo. You can see the swing to the left right in front of that same door. Not changed a bit, just painted purple. I like it. It's a good color for it. And just to show you what's going on here, very quiet neighborhood just north of downtown Dallas. Casey's house. All right, the faculty. Man, I love Austin. Every time I come here, I just want to spend more time. There's so many things to see and do around this area. Much ahead. Maybe one day when I'm a full-time YouTuber, I'll be allowed to stay in places I like for more than a couple of days. That's the ultimate goal. I could spend a couple months in Texas just alone. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video, the filming locations to the faculty. Released, I believe, Christmas 1998. So almost 1999. So I think they were actually filming this in 98, earlier that year. And I hope you enjoyed it. For the fans out there, the faculty fans, I hope you truly enjoyed it. I want to thank everyone for always watching and sticking with me, especially for the filming locations videos, something I'm very passionate about, these passion projects, these short little jots out across the country to see where the movies were made. They're some of the most fun I've ever had, and they may not get all the views like the other videos do all the time, but that, again, I don't do this for that. I do YouTube because it's fun, it's my therapy, and it's always been that way. I put that out there a long time ago, but I'm just saying, I really appreciate if you stayed to the end of this video. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for always watching, sticking with me, and supporting me. It means so much. And if you like filming locations and you want to check out more of my filming locations videos, go to my main page of my YouTube channel, and there's a filming locations playlist. As for this video, it's done. As for my time in Austin, it's done. I'm gonna film a couple more videos, but not here. So I may have already put them out. I don't know necessarily what order I will release the videos I film here during my trip in Texas, but we'll see. It depends on how much time I have to edit, but there's much ahead. You'll see them shortly. Thank you so much for watching, guys, from the bottom of my heart. Please know you are awesome. You are loved. No matter who you are, what you're going through, there's always much ahead. And I hope next time I come to Texas, my Texas Charger is waiting for me. I'm gonna miss this car. I've been mentioning that a lot in these videos. It was a free upgrade. That's all they had. They were like, you could wait 25 to 30 more minutes for a car, or you can get this one for 15 more. Technically, it wasn't free. It was 15 bucks. Okay, that's it. Bye-bye. There's much ahead. I love you, Chris the girl. I love you so much.